Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, and those who are gathered with us in person and those who are joining by remote. We always appreciate that folks engage in our meetings. We are approaching the end of October, as everyone knows, and we're so grateful to see our students, teachers, staff, and families fully engaged in all the activities of the fall season. All schools have successfully completed curriculum nights, and we've seen really high numbers of turnout, of parent and family participation. We're in the midst of homecoming weeks at our high schools. I believe Skyline is up this week, Huron last week, and Pioneer coming. We are also really excited that many of our schools will engage in the National Walk Enroll to School Day that's coming up next a few days from now on October 4th. We know that school communities are welcome to celebrate any day of October, and whether addressing the need to make routes to school safer for active trips or encouraging students just simply to be more active, these events every fall can be powerful tools to leverage and inspire lasting change. Just a quick reminder for those who may have forgotten, the Ann Arbor Public Schools fall break for students and staff is coming up on October 13th and 16th, and I appreciate us working that into our calendar so that we are practicing that focus that we have for this year of well-being. So looking forward to that fall break for our teams. We're also looking forward to parent-teacher conferences that will occur in our schools throughout the month of October and November. Parents, be sure and check in at your school to get your specific schedule for your students. I want to share a special thank you to our students and teachers, support staff and principals, our parents and families. Together, we are taking the steps every day and working to strengthen our practice of dignity, belonging, and well-being, every child, every day. I promised to bring regular special education updates this year, so we're doing that on a weekly basis. I was really thankful alongside Assistant Superintendents Ms. Linden and Ms. Parks and members of our team to have convened yesterday just an initial organizational meeting of our AAPS cross-sector special education improvement team. We are continuing to refine. We didn't want to ask everybody to come away from school yesterday. We're just trying to get organized, but we're continuing to refine to ensure that all of our staff groups are represented on this improvement team so that it is a true connection each month to ensure coordination and communication in our ongoing work to improve special education, all of those pieces and parts. We will be meeting throughout this school year with representatives from staff across the AAPS system on our progress to support our capable special education team with ongoing improvement efforts in special education delivery. We also have shared, trustees, the Office of Special Education monthly newsletter. You can reference that online. This is our second year of producing that regular update, and we have a special focus on Cornelius Minor's work of listening to students and using what we learned from listening to really connect and adjust what we're doing at school. We value and recognize the important role of our paraeducators, and we are welcoming. This is so exciting, trustees. You've been hearing about this for years. We wrote grants to get this underway, and we're so delighted to have this in progress. But our first cohort of 5 Eastern Michigan University Grow Your Own paraeducators are currently in classrooms actively student teaching this fall. Can we just take a moment,
job.
yes, to really recognize that great milestone, and thanks to their supervising teachers. Now, following this fall semester of student teaching, these paraeducators will achieve their teacher certification. And I want to point out that these 5 will be highly qualified in EI, working with students with emotional impairment, and they will be well prepared to step into the classroom, into teaching positions moving forward. As you all know, we've been diligently committed to this para-to-teacher educator pipeline endeavor for several years. And the completion of the program by this first cohort group represents a notable milestone in our progress. This is an exciting reminder also that this is the first of 5 cohort groups. So we have 4 more years of bright and newly minted special education teachers whom we hope will decide to stay right here with us in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. That's the goal. Fall is really a great time, trustees, and I know you all know a couple of them by name, but I'll try to get you a list of their names. Somebody help me with that, because fall is a really great time to reach out to them with a note of encouragement. These folks are doing their paraeducator job, they're student teaching, they're studying on the weekends and at night, and all of us who've been trained as educators know that is a lot of hard work. So this would be a great time to reach out and give them some encouragement during this final semester. This year also marks the launch of our first paraeducator teaching learning network. This is a peer-led group that has emerged recently from our paraeducator professional development committee, and they are going to be developing themes that they want to work around to really meet the needs of our paraeducator group as a whole, with the goal of supporting and building collegiality and professional growth among this highly valued team. Today was our first early release day of the 23-24 school year, and it featured, here's some great support pieces. It featured professional development on employee well-being using the Office of Surgeon General's 5 essentials for workplace mental health and well-being. This priority has never been more important than it is today, and than it has been for these previous since March 13th of 2020, these years of challenge. The focus for the session today was the essential connection and community. The agenda included 2 short videos with content provided by Bill Harris and Jenna Bacalor, interspersed with resources, staff discussion, and activities. You can see the essentials here that we'll be working with throughout this school year. We're excited to feature 3 additional early release development sessions focused on employee well-being this school year. This effort is foundational to district efforts to develop a multi-tier system of support for our students and for the staff who serve them. The Leadership Council meeting immediately prior to each early release day is fully focused on leader well-being and presentation for the staff well-being session. And trustees, it's been so heartwarming to have our principals all together in this building this fall. And I don't know if folks realize, but we didn't have a space during the school day large enough to seat all of our principals together. So we're really enjoying this year being able to have everyone together, and thank you to the community and to our board for supporting that effort. Tonight from Rec and Ed in our community division, the Tricathon Fall Festival is this weekend. You don't want to miss it. Tricathon, easier said than you might think, is a First Steps PTO sponsored family event to raise scholarship funds for First Steps. And so we look forward to seeing that coming up. Youth soccer practice and play and flag football registrations begin October 2nd. They are among the most popular fall activities in the Ann Arbor Public Schools Rec and Ed. We continue our diligent work, trustees, to interview and hire staff for before and after care programming. We appreciate everyone putting that information out on your network and sending us quality candidates to fill these important openings and serve children on our AAPS team. Our capital program team is here tonight. They're actually the main course. I'm just the warm-up. They're getting ready to come up, but I do want to point out that our architects working with the capital program team are seeking feedback, and they will be out in Dickin, Logan, and Thurston school communities. They're meeting with students, with parents and staff in group specific meetings over these days. I think they have one meeting today and several meetings coming up into early October. We are excited that these engagement sessions are opportunities to receive feedback from our stakeholders that will directly inform the next steps of schematic designs. Previous engagements for all three projects have already occurred, including meetings with school leaders, school design advisory group, including teachers and staff in each of the schools, teaching and learning, safety and security, transportation, food service, the community division, ITD, operations, among others. So our team is doing a lot of work to receive input and feedback as we start on the major projects at these three locations. Just wanted to give a shout out to AAPS exceptional teacher Kent Wattleworth, who was highlighted this week in AAPS News. He has been teaching choir and music history in the humanities class at Huron High School since 2017. He is the musical director for the school musicals and has led the Huron choirs on 2 international tours to Ireland and Scotland. Before teaching in Ann Arbor, Mr. Wattleworth taught at Chippewa Valley, Dearborn, and Hudsonville school districts. During his career, he has prepared choirs to sing with the Macomb Symphony Orchestra, Warren Symphony Orchestra, the Detroit Opera Theater, and the Ann Arbor Symphony Orchestra. He has taught vocal music at every level from K-12 since 1998, that's 25 years, as well as secondary choral methods in Oakland University. We value and appreciate the contributions of Mr. Wattleworth and all the members of our team AAPS who work and invest their talents and lives each day in service to our students. A special shout out to Joe Mathis, who very quietly, without a lot of attention, writes these articles on a regular basis to tell the story of the folks who do the work in our schools, and I appreciate her efforts. I want to give a shout out. I sent the announcement out earlier today that this is National Hispanic American Heritage Month, September 15th to October 15th. Each year, our nation observes National Hispanic American Heritage Month by honoring the histories, cultures, and contributions of Americans whose ancestors arrived here from Mexico, Spain, Central and South America, and the Caribbean. In the Ann Arbor Public Schools, we honor and celebrate the valued contributions of Hispanic Americans on every day of the school year. We don't wait for this month, but we also participate in some really special celebrations throughout this dedicated month. This is an opportunity for all of us to learn, to listen, and to dive even more deeply into rich diversity within the Hispanic communities and the strong connections to all facets of American culture, literacy, and history. We are stronger in Arbor Public Schools community as we honor, embrace, and celebrate our diversity, continually create a culture of belonging, and value the connections that unite us as an Ann Arbor community. I do want to give a shout out. A trustee alerted me this morning, and I'd seen an email yesterday. We are ready to wish Ann Arbor Open School at Mack a 100th birthday here coming up soon. So we look forward to Mack School 100-year anniversary celebration. That will be held in the Mack School Auditorium on Saturday, October 7th. The program will start at 2 p.m. and include talks about the history of the school, teachers and principals, as well as music, and of course, singing the Mack School song. The group of alumni putting on this celebration will welcome any and all to join them on Saturday, October 7th. It is my great honor to share this evening recently announced the Ann Arbor Public Schools congratulates 45 students who've recently been named semi-finalists in the 2024 National Merit Scholarship Program. This year, the Ann Arbor Public Schools accounts for more than 9% of the nearly 500 students in the Michigan selected for this distinguished honor. I am so proud of these students who've achieved this lofty designation. We recognize the effort that it takes to master the range of subjects, and we applaud these semifinalists for their excellent achievement and recognize and thank our Ann Arbor teachers at all grade levels who are instrumental in preparing our students for the competition, as well as to live, and as well as to their parents for their support. We live in a community who values education, and so we honor these individuals. Now, you know, trustees, if I don't say their names, we will miss out. So pardon me for just a few moments while we recognize them by name. The National Merit Scholarship winners of 2024 will be announced in 4 nationwide news releases beginning in April and continuing through July. But tonight, we want to recognize our 2024 semifinalists from the Ann Arbor Public Schools. They are from Community High School, Ingmar Newman-Taylor, Serena O'Brien, Evangeline Sarnecki, and Stephen R. Steiner. From Huron High School, Maz Zebian, Akshar Kolaji, Aiden Gadapali, Anita Ganko, Ty Career, Doyan Kim, Taeyin Kim, Vanya Krishna, Ethan Koo, Nathan Lang, Zachary Lynn, Melinda May, Sam Roggenbogen, Madhav Shivarasan, Brad Spector, and Rudy Venkat. From Pioneer High School, Benjamin Botkin, Katarina Frodenberg, Oscar Hansen, Mason Hoist, Micah Jacobson, Jessica Gia, Iris Maturin, Mateo Palomares, Serena Patel, Cameron Russell, Janelle Schaefer, Alexander Swanson, Sophia Wang, and Elaine Zhu. From Skyline High School, Ajan Aurora, Nicholas Barnaki, David Chen, Simran Ketterpal, Joshua Lee, Ezra Min, Devayani Pradhan, Caitlin Trevell, Sari Wu, Grace Yao, and Emma Zamansky. I know you join me in honoring these 45 National Merit semifinalists. No pressure, Mr. Cluley, but we look forward to sharing those photos out when Ms. Mathis has time to run around and grab them. I know she works faithfully on that. To stay up to date with the Ann Arbor Public Schools, don't forget, you can find us on Twitter at A2 Schools and A2 Schools Super, on Facebook at Ann Arbor Public Schools, on A2 Schools Podcast, on Buzzsprout and all of your podcast providers, and on the YouTube channel at AAPS YouTube. We are so grateful for the partnership and support of all in our AAPS community and our work together to support students, staff, schools, and the beautiful Ann Arbor Public Schools community we all share. Thank you, trustees, for the opportunity to serve in the Ann Arbor Public Schools, and thank you for the opportunity to share this update this evening. A little bit lengthier than usual, but there's a lot to celebrate in October. Thank you, Madam President and the board.